Join the crew as a member of the Onyx Key for exclusive members-only messages, redirections, and content. We already have a bunch of videos live with some familiar topics as well as new questions, so I'll see you on the other side of the Onyx Key. Make sure you hit the join button to go deeper down this experience with me. Hey family, as you can tell, we resurrected our Latte Love pumpkin thumbnail for the season. So I'm excited because this is gonna be a fairly unique take on who's coming towards you in love and how you'll recognize your next partner. So I'm excited to see what these pumpkin drinks is gonna share for you guys. Maybe it'll tweak the energy since again it is a seasonal theme. And let's hop into your selection. So I'm gonna hold the thumbnail up. All right, pile number 1 is the standard pumpkin spice latte. Pile number 2 is the pumpkin spice espresso martini. Pile number 3 is the chocolate pumpkin spice Dalgona latte. And then pile number 4 is the iced pumpkin spiced latte. I'll give you a moment to make your selection. And if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile number 1, we're gonna take a look at who's coming towards you in love and how you are gonna recognize your next romantic partner. So you picked that standard pumpkin spice latte. Doesn't look like one, but that's what it is. So we're gonna roll with that being the title. Fun fact, not fun fact, funny thing. So it's already woo, the energy is a little foggy. So you know, I'm not gonna say keep an open mind because I don't even feel like it's like that, but who's coming towards you in love is gonna be a little bit different, right? It's not gonna seem like what it is, right? Like, so this person's gonna end up being exactly what you ordered, but maybe at first glance you're not going to be able to tell. It's not going to really look like it, right? Because that does not necessarily look like a traditional pumpkin spice latte, but apparently it is, right? And then I'm like, fun fact, I don't know where that came from, so it just feels like this may be a person that really likes facts. So anyway, we have it's time to take action with the new moon in Aries. So I heard the word headstrong, but this person's going to be very decisive. So I like it. Feels really good. We've got the full moon in Pisces, balance, spirituality, and practicality. And you know what I like about the Aries to Pisces theme is that's basically the beginning and end of the zodiac when we talk about just the signs, right? Ignore the moons for now. So this person's going to have a lot of follow through. Okay, like they're not gonna start something they can't finish, right? They're not gonna prepare you, introduce something to you that they can't maintain. Like, this person's a realist, okay? When we say balance, spirituality, and practicality, this is someone that's very good at having their concepts, their dreams, their plans, and I mention again, follow through. Okay, so you may be caught off guard by how like decisive, how quick this person is. Like, this person decides they're interested in you, they roll. This person's like, you know, I think we should be exclusive. They're gonna take those steps to see where you're at. Very direct, very blunt, very clear. Okay, if this person's like, let's move in together, like they will just be like, I think we should move in together. Like, this person may like if this is someone you end up marrying, they're gonna, when they decide they're gonna marry you, they're not gonna like dwell on it. Like, that's the type of person that's on the table. Full moon in Pisces did just happen in real time for me, the reader. So those of you that are in alignment with my timeline of me filming, from now possibly through spring, beginning of spring might be a thing. Okay, I've got the full moon in Scorpio, which actually happens in the middle of spring, right? That's Taurus. season. So after this, so spring might be a thing, okay? And even if you're finding me in a timeless sense, could still be relevant time of year, spring, okay? Let me pull more so I can see what's going on. Ooh, yeah, so that happened to slow me down. Beyond illusion, right? Perspective and conditioning. I have a card that I need to grab. Ooh, they tell on you every time. Look what came out. Look at this. Look what's on the floor. So that is the Queen of Cups in reverse. That is the receptivity card, and it ties into what I'm about to talk about. Do not be cold, abrasive, and a brick wall if you're interested in love, right? Like, I'm not like talking down on you guys. I'm not like acting like I'm better than you. I'm not treating like you like children. I'm being realistic though, right? Like, if you're wanting romance, right? If you're wanting to date somebody, if you're looking for love, you have to be receptive to it. That means you have to clear any negativity. You have to not be afraid of historical events, right? Like, if you had bad experiences in love, you gotta let that go. You can't try to hold new people accountable for those types of things. It's just a lot that just hit the table, right? Because I'm already seeing where you're not open to this person, even if initially you think you are. Like, early stages, when this person pursues you, when you encounter your next love, you are not necessarily going to be receptive enough to either catch on to the fact that this person's interested in you, or you're just going to be on the fence. It's given trust issues, okay? So let me pick this up and see what's going on. Now, I don't see it deterring this person, but you could probably make things a lot easier on you by not resisting, what's the phrase I want to use, working against your own interests, right? Like, if you want something and you're kind of self-sabotaging slightly by being a little more difficult than you have to be, just, I'm making a mention to make you aware, okay? So tell me who's coming towards my standard pumpkin spice latte. Okay, Queen of Wands of sharing. This is a person that's a giver. I mentioned direct. I mentioned decisive, very clear, very open, very sharing. So that's why you got the making sure you work on that blockage you have in being receptive, because this person's a giver. And I could see if you have a blockage in your receptive energy, it makes you suspicious, like immediate suspicion, like what this person, you know what I mean? Like, when you struggle with receptivity, you're like, why is this person being nice to me? Why are they sharing with me? Why are they giving to me? Like, what are they expecting in return? Things like that. I get that energy from this group, which nothing wrong with you being that way, but just don't be overly suspicious, because this person's going to be very, very sharing, very, very caring, and like maybe acts of service is going to be a love language of theirs. So tell me more, because that is the Queen of Wands. So tell me. We got the burden. Yeah, this is some, like, sharing the burden. Like, this is someone that will share your burdens. Like, again, this is an action-oriented person. They are a problem solver. If something not right, they're like, well, how do we fix it? How do we clear the negativity? How do we make it right? Okay? And the Six of Swords talks about the evolution where we do move beyond things. This is not somebody that's going to dwell. This is not someone that's going to stay mad for long. So if you hold grudges, if you get upset and it ruins like your week, I would work on that a little bit. Not saying it's going to be bad, because I don't get that. Maybe this person has a lot of patience. I'm just saying, you know, you could make it easier in your life by not being that way, just because this person, they I don't want to say they don't care. They do. But they don't have the time to be dwelling on things. Like, in their mind, if they're going to be mad at you for super long, they may as well just leave you alone. If that makes sense. Because I got this person's energy. And I don't know why out the gate we are like just lecturing the power one. I don't know why the energy is coming through like that. It's like this, you know, the energy of this pile feels like, be careful what you wish for. Like, you want a partner, let me tell you what's coming in. Like, okay, you say you want a partner like this, let me make sure how people like that expect. Like, I don't know. Explain to me in the comments why the energy is coming through your pile like that. Okay? Because immediately it's like, hey, listen, this is how this person's gonna be. We've got the Hierophant of nothingness. And I've got the Seven of Wands of stress. This is somebody that's not going to live in stress. Now, this is a busybody, busy bee, move, go person. But it's results oriented, solution oriented. Like, the stress that this person experiences is because they are fixing things, or because they are making progress. Like, they're not the type to be in confusion for the sake of confusion. That's why they don't really have time for like grudges and things like that. They literally don't have time. They're already moving on to something else. They just don't have time to be thinking about something that's making them upset or mad long term like that, because it's taking up space, it's taking up time from something else they could be doing. Okay, let me see. Jack of all trades. This person is going to be a jack of all trades. Very creative. A lot of interests, lots of hobbies. Very talented in a variety of ways. Just good at a lot of different stuff, right? Like, this could be the type of person that had like 6 different genuine career paths. Like, possibly has 2-3 different resumes, and they all like are experienced resumes, because that's just the life this person lives. I like it. I like this person's energy. But their role in your life is going to be problem solver. If you got a lot of stress, if you're disorganized in any way, if anything is creating hardship and burdens for you, this is exactly the type of partner that's going to make sure that if it's in their power to clear it up, to tighten it up, they absolutely will. So I've got the sextile energy, a combination of tension and flow, potential, and a rewarding situation. This person's going to make an optimist out of you if you're a pessimist, because they will see the bright side. They will show you the potential in anything that's going on. If something's difficult and you're working really hard, they're going to show you, okay, what's the reward? What's the outcome? Where you're going with this, right? They're going to ground you, it feels like. Okay? I like it. It feels good. Now, this person will challenge you in the healthiest way. This is not someone that's going to critique you and criticize you in the worst way. This is someone that's going to give you healthy feedback so that you grow and achieve what you're looking to achieve. So if you let this person know you have a goal of X, Y, and Z, bring balance, spirituality, and practicality, they're going to say, well, how do you make it happen? What do I need to do to support you? What is it that you need from me? Are you going to stick with it? If they see you doing something that's counterproductive regarding that, they will make sure you know, they will give you a healthy amount of tension towards that, to make sure that you don't have any regrets regarding things that you would do. I love seeing the moon here. It says satisfy emotional needs, nurture yourself and others. Very, very nurturing person. And because the moon here is in tarot, it would be more 12th house in energy. It gives a strong hidden ally vibe. So this is going to be a partner that helps you a lot more than you realized. Like, you would never recognize the support you're getting from this person, how much this person benefits you, how much of a gift this person is to your world, until they were gone, or they're gone, right? Because this is someone that can see all of your hidden strengths, all of your hidden weaknesses, where you're not privy to that, right? It's your own personal blind spot. So this person may gently push you in the right direction without you even realizing it regarding anything, okay? Let me see. I got house 7, profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. Feels like I did get a vibe. Some of you, this connection that's incoming absolutely has the potential for marriage. Feels really healthy just in general, so I could see that. But this person will engage you with the intention of marriage. So even if it doesn't make it that far, that's the intention. Okay, I'm not saying that it won't. I do have a little bit of a shadow where we have this blockage, that's that same blockage, because why is Oshun in reverse at the bottom of my deck? There's a blockage there. And I even got the gold digger energy, where there's where there's something. I'm not going down that rabbit hole. I don't have time today. But just as I mentioned, make sure that what you're seeking in a partner is something that actually like makes sense for you, versus yeah, no, I'm not going into that. I don't have time. It's none of you probably want to hear it anyway, because it is a shadow. It's one of those critiques that kept hitting the table. So tell me more about who's coming towards pile one in love. What's that? Yeah, we got a one night stand. Very fast energy, very cardinal energy, right? So with that Aries, one night stand is a thing. This might even be how it starts for some of you. Like it might actually, because this person knows what they want and they don't have any issue going after it, like it may start out as a one night stand for those of you where you align with that energy. If you know that's not in your nature, then don't overreact to that card being on the table, because remember, fast, sudden connections, somebody that knows what they want and goes after it very quickly. But I do see a very healthy sex life here too. Feels exciting and spontaneous when we talk about a couple, okay? So tell me more. Very, very attracted to this person. You're going to be attracted to this person. This person's going to be attracted to you, which makes sense. But there's a highly stimulated energy that just stepped onto the table physically, where you're kind of stuck on each other. And I mentioned this synastry here, possibly if you have 12th house synastry with this person, it can be intense like that. Yeah, this, okay, I'm gonna take these two in the bottom. So what I like, it feels like this person is gonna basically look like what you're hoping for. Like whatever your type is, whatever you're physically attracted to. If you don't have a type, if you don't realize you have a type, when you see this person, you're gonna know, like, oh no, I'm very attracted to this person. That's how it's gonna feel. You're gonna get a lot of what it is you're actively seeking in a partner. Okay, that's probably why you're getting all of the make sure you're genuine, make sure you're ready, make sure you're actually wanting what you're asking for, because a lot of those specifics you ask for in a partner is gonna, this person's gonna have those qualities. So remember, I did use the words, be careful what you wish for. Okay. All right, I got religious and health. Someone that really cares about how they look. Someone that really cares about their health, their wellness. They may be really big into fitness, nutrition, things like that. They may be religious in a spiritual sense. I see references there. But this is someone, doesn't matter any of those things I just said. It can be all of or a combination of. Really religious in their day-to-day life. These two combined feel like 6th house energy of our discipline, our habits, our routines, the way we live day to day, the things we do consistently. This is someone that's very consistent. Okay, that's just the way, that's the only way they know how to function. They don't know any other way other than consistency. So if you lack that, if you have a tendency to lack that or lack discipline, like that's the only, I think that's why it's hitting the table like that. Like, listen, this person's slightly strict. Okay, I say slightly because I'm not wanting it to come out that way, but this person, like, it's I want, I do, I need, I do, I said, I do. That's it. That's all I got. We've got moneymaker with a hustler, unique job. We do have sex work on the table, so anything that makes sense for you, take it and leave. Where any very specific energy that hits the table doesn't resonate, just leave it alone. Okay. I mentioned this person having a lot of unique hobbies. They may have a different job. They may have had a bunch of different career paths. They may be actively in 2-3 different career paths. Like, it just depends on who it is you're calling in, the environments and spaces you're in. But this person has their hands in a lot of different pots. Very career driven, but not from a elevation perspective, from a curiosity, creative perspective. Okay, so tell me more about who this is coming towards my pumpkin spice latte for pile 1. Who's coming towards them in love, and how will they recognize this person? You got a past life on the table here. There's an annoyance. You or your partner may be annoyed right now. Give each other space to cool off to avoid more arguments. Some of you, the person's gonna be super annoying at like when you first meet them. Like this is not somebody you're gonna think like you will find them very attractive, but you may find them aggravating despite being very, very attractive, if that makes sense. Okay, let me see more. You may be annoyed by this person because I'm gonna be honest with you, the energy that keep reading this with all of this suggestions and advice and this what you need to keep in mind regarding this person, they may give you unsolicited advice that you're not really interested in. They may critique you in a way that you're not really trying to be critiqued. You may find that aggravating. Okay. And then there's another side where if this person's not the outright annoyance, this may be someone that's an emotional support for you. I mentioned that giving energy, like they may be emotional support for you during some annoying situation, circumstance that may be, you know, they may de-escalate some sort of situation. Okay. All right. I think those of you, let me see. Let me get like 1 to 2 more. Well, look at that. We got a divine union. Followed by a breakup. So listen, it's funny because this person's gonna step in when you may not be emotionally available. That's why you got all of that energy, because it looks like you're not even really receptive. I think the manifestation of love comes in a little faster than you're realizing it will for you, because after some type of breakup or situation that's just not, I mean, it's a breakup, it feels like this person comes in so quick that you're not ready and are possibly annoyed by the opportunity for love. Like you're not interested in it at all. And then it ends up being a divine union. So whatever this breakup is, especially if it's recent, if it happened during any of the transits I mentioned, or if you're just finding this after a breakup and you're like, please tell me what's coming in love, Onyx. If that happened, brace yourself, because I think it's coming in a little more hot than you realize. Okay. And I just don't want you to be still healing from whatever historically, because it's coming in. Because that seems to be the thing of you not, it coming in and you not being ready because you're still holding on to whatever. Okay. But this is something good. Okay. So let me get your advice. It's crazy because this is a 20-minute pile. It does not feel like I've been talking for 20 minutes. And I don't feel like I got as many details as I normally get in 20 minutes. So whatever. But there's tons of other piles with this thumbnail, as well as just in the What's Coming Towards You in Love series, right? I have like, this is my 3rd variation of it. So if you want more, you can definitely pick from those other piles and those other versions of the series. Moon, Luna, energy. Okay. And I'm putting it on top of emotional support because this person may help you heal from whatever relationship trauma you have. And it feels like it may actually be really good for you. I don't normally advocate for people jumping into relationships right after they've been in pain or hurt by one. But in this instance, it's saying that's kind of how it's going to go. Now, prioritize your emotional healing. Prioritize like that self-work, that shadow work, and moving through that negativity and that experience, those experiences, whatever that is, because that's going to be critical in your ability to be receptive enough to this, for this person to even get in. Because if you're not open to them, doesn't matter, right? So yep. And also I'm being told that whatever breakup I'm referencing, since we don't have enough time to go deep into it, That journey, that emotional journey, was intended to clear certain habits. I did see some of them on the table, to clear certain habits, personality types, personality traits, things that are unfavorable to you, for you in a relationship, so you can connect with someone on a deeper level. That was part of your destiny. Okay, so like, heal from that so that you can actually move forward with this, because again, it's supposed to happen, even if it was traumatic, even if it was painful, even if you need emotional support, because that's where you're going. Okay, this is where you're going, I'll say it like that. So I'm gonna close you out and move along to pile number 2. All right, pile 2, my pumpkin spice espresso martini. So we're gonna see who's coming towards you in love and how you're gonna recognize your next romantic partner. So let me get you an overview and we can hop into it. Some of you having a good old time. You picked the one that has alcohol in it. Shout out to you. There's nothing wrong with that. Got a personal issue reaches resolution. So full moon in Cancer is here. And I've got the mutable moon. Nothing is yet set in stone. Right? So we're talking about winter time. Oh, we are talking about winter time, actually. Very specifically Capricorn season, beginning of winter. Because I'm thinking of mutable signs as transitions, like the end of seasons. And I just feel like winter is like the end, and the full moon in Cancer happens around Capricorn season, right? When it opposes the sign of Cancer, Capricorn, I apologize, when it's colder, okay? Now Sagittarius would be the sign that transitions us here to winter. So let me see. I'm gonna keep pulling cards because I want to see what this is. Personal issue reaches resolution. Nothing is yet set in stone. There's something pending. So you may want, okay, you're the group. I think some of you may have seen where I give very specific timelines that work out for people. I highly doubt you get that in this pile. For your group, divine alignment is a frequency and energy. And I know that it's always such. It is always such. But it's more so for your group, right? There's a certain issue that needs to be resolved. And until that finalizes, come to fruition, things are still shifting. Things are still moving, because all of the energy is aimed towards that step, that result, towards that resolution, so that we can move you towards this love, right? When we're talking about who's coming towards you in love, that love is a secondary step to whatever that personal issue is. Okay, yeah, we're talking about Tower energy, because this is the thunderbolt of change, quite literally change. And the Tower is basically a foundation that's not stable, right? Therefore, transitions, changes, shifts have to happen. Some of you, the person that's coming in towards you is a different person that was originally intended, possibly due to a shift in destiny, a shift in karmic debt, right? When we talk about it, it happens all the time, especially nowadays. We have a lot of outer planets shifting astrologically, which shifts, right? Those are generational planets. So when they move, things happen, right? Like the Tower. And if we're talking about in the 3D sense, any type of Tower moment you've experienced, or even this person that would be coming in, that's got to clear up. That foundation has to settle before we get here. Now, don't get mad at me. Don't get upset thinking I'm not going to read your energy. But I want to let you know, I don't like to not have y'all knowing. But it definitely is above you, me, all of us in the 3D. This is an elevated energy now. You've got your second major arcana hitting the table. Okay, we got a thunderbolt, we got innocence, and innocence here is the sun. Okay, like the sun, where we bloom, and it's just this really exciting time, this really exciting energy of everything going your way. So we're going from a tower to things being amazing. Okay, and again, that's this personal issue reaching resolution, where things are grounded, things are stable here, right? Because I associate the tower with like Scorpio energy, and the sun is absolutely Leo energy. So fixed signs, we're going from mutable transitioning energy to grounded stable energy. Okay, so let me get another one. So tell me more. What I am also seeing traits in this person, because the person that seems to be coming in at the point of you getting this reading, very flexible, very adaptive. I don't want to call this a person a catalyst for change, but maybe they are. They might be a catalyst for your change, right? You may see shifts happen in your life as this person steps in preparation for your next era of life. Because here, I'm seeing, because see all of this tower leading into innocence, that's the thing. It's like this person can be a catalyst and like burn things down energetically, or they can be very pure or innocent, and it's like two sides of the same coin. So this person's energy can get really, really dark, or it can be very, very sweet, very pure, very, very angelic, and they've got a grip on those extremities. Like they're not likely to step in any extreme side of their personality, as they seem to be a person that's mastered it. Okay, and some of you, this is a mirror, and this is what you have to master before that comes in. Okay, I got you. The master is very specific to this deck. It is a major arcana, but it's a 22nd card. It doesn't exist anywhere else. So we've got a master over the thunderbolt and innocence. When to apply, how much, where. So very powerful energy hitting the table. We've got the, is this a knight? I think that is the page, actually, because it's a child. We got the Page of Pentacles, which is an offer. Okay, I don't know if the personal issue you're dealing with, or this person's dealing with, is material based, because that rainbow card, that rainbow suite, is the one of Pentacles. It's material. So Page of Pentacles is a new start, a new offer, an elevation in a 3D, as we ground and master this energy. Okay, you may be asking about somebody that is woo-woo in nature. If not, they just have a very, very powerful energy. Very powerful energy just in general. Okay, tell me more about my pumpkin spice espresso martini. Just coming towards them in love. How will they recognize this next partner? But I like that the master came through. Why? Because it backs what we talked about, right? I mentioned that divine timing is absolutely a frequency of mastery here, of karmic mastery. That's what's shifting and grounding here. So what's this? We got the spiritual growth and ascension card, right? House 9. So exactly what I said. So it feels like this next person is going to be spiritual in some way. At a minimum, they're going to be some form of, they're going to be very interested in growth and learning and evolution, right? Like this is going to be someone that's like intellectual. They're going to like to read a lot, study a lot, research a lot, at a minimum. Okay, they may be a career academic, they may be a career spiritualist, but all of that, right? They may just be super interested in traveling a lot, right? And learning about other cultures. They may be interested in multiple languages. They may speak multiple languages. It's just, that's the type of person that just hit the table, okay? We got Pluto, which, yep, Pluto is in fact the thunderbolt, okay? It is the transformation, spiritual growth energy, okay? This next connection is going to be deeply transformative for you. You're going to feel it as soon as you meet the person. For better, for worse. Like, this person may step in during a tower moment. This person may step in during a really, really high period of time. It's going to vary for all of you, but it's going to be part of that ascension to mastery, and that's part of the contract between the two of you, okay? Is this person stepping in to be deeply, deeply transformative to you of when it comes to love. I want to caution those of you where if you're not leading into this mastery energy, because, and like, the dangerous part is an extremely powerful karmic stepping in. Like, I don't say that to fearmonger and scare y'all, but like, I see what's on the table for real, right? You're all not gonna step into the healthiest of connections. Like, that's not realistic for every single person in the world. But like, if you've not been doing the work, if you lack self-awareness, if you've not been mastering yourself, you have a risk of stepping into a highly karmic connection that potentially transforms you, elevates you spiritually for the better once it's done. But it may not feel good. It may be traumatic if you don't pivot, okay? So let me see. And I'm not leaning into that side, because what I talked about here, where I described that person's personality mirroring you, this would be the mastery, this right here, okay? So tell me, my pumpkin spice espresso, you know what, that makes sense for this pumpkin spice espresso martini. I actually have another one in this series from last year, so maybe it called you, maybe it doesn't, but we're gonna see who this is now. Oshun is here. Check you out. When I mentioned that it's above you energy, right? I'm not saying you're working with Oshun. I'm not saying you work with Orisha at all. I'm not saying any of that aligns with your religion. I'm saying she is the only intermediary, which would be an Orisha, a Loa, an angel, gods, goddesses from other non-traditional religions, any of that, or even just spirit guide, even just ancestor. She's the only one, anything, she's the only card that could represent those things in this deck. So when she comes out, that's where we associate symbolically, okay? And so I mentioned this is the above you pile. There's a karmic lesson on the table, okay? This might be the dynamic between the two of you. This might be where you're headed and elevating to as a couple, okay? And it doesn't have to, like, this is what came out, so it could be gender specific, it could not, okay? But we have Oshun and powerful man on the table now, where we have at least one person that needs to be elevated and ascending to a mastery status by nature of this connection. Okay, so how you going to recognize this partner? It's going to feel otherworldly. It's going to feel divine, for better, for worse. It's going to feel like God is interfering in your life, orchestrating your life. That's why things are shifting, moving beyond your control. Okay, if you probably are living and experiencing this now. Okay, I got would you accept. I'm just going to take that. We're going to just take it. Red is a color, gold is a color. All right, so how are you gonna know? Quite literally gonna feel like God handed you this person, for better, for worse. And it's like, how will you recognize them? It's like the universe is gonna say, are you accepting it? Right? Because this is romantic gestures, offers, higher commitment, even apologies, okay? You might get butterflies. There's a certain theme of accountability though, okay? And I mentioned that you got to watch that when we talk about the shadow and ready for love. So I'm going to take both like that. So shadow, being accountable regarding yourself, your mastery, and the things you seek in connections. The lightest side is whatever transformation, transition puts you in position for this connection with this specific person. When things settle, you're going to have to be accountable in your desire for love, right? Accountability and ready for love. Okay, like you're going to have to be accountable in your self-love and what it is you're wanting. And if you want a connection, you're going to have to like put yourself in position to get it, right? I'm not saying you're going to have to chase or pursue where that's not your nature. I'm saying you're going to have to go outside. You're going to have to be accountable in some way that's going to align you with the energy of being ready for love, okay? Also, everything has a double meaning. Nothing only means one thing. Accountability leads to you being ready for love. Are you a person that lacks accountability? And if you do and you struggle, that's going to be that tower side where we have a karmic contract that teaches you those things, okay? And it's not like, it doesn't feel good, okay, on that karmic side. So accountability makes you ready for love. So what's next in love for this group? The shadow, a karmic that's going to actually prepare you for love where you think you are and you aren't. The lighter side is all of this shifting. So just to clear it up, the lighter side is where the mastery has kind of been attained. Like it's like you reach this certain mastery, the spiritual level of mastery where you are actually in divine alignment with that type of relationship that you're seeking, okay? And I got a final shot, and this looks like it's pretty much it, right? Because this pile's goal is to get to a specific union, okay? I think, and it's up to you. It's like a test. It's like a video game. This is that group because for whatever reason, this pile where, yes, you have multiple soulmates. Yes, you have multiple karmics. The goal is to get you to a specific union. Like, let's call it twin flame for label's sake, okay? Whether or not you make it to that connection is up to you and where you decide to stagnate or elevate. I hope that makes sense. So if you are on the lightest end of the side, you've mastered this, you're stepping into that union because you went through the fire. Okay, everybody here has gone through the fire or is going through the fire. So if you don't feel like you've gone through that, this is not your pile. Or be honest with yourself and just see, we all go through something, right? Because that's what it feels like, is even the lighter side has gone through that shadow. It's just that it's stepping into the sun. Because final shot is the clock ticking. It says if you never shoot your shot, you will always wonder what if. And also how you'll recognize your next partner. You're going to feel a strong urge to do something. Accountability feels like accountability for your actions, accountability for something, some type of motion, movement thing. So you will feel a spiritual urge, intuitive urge to do something. I don't know what it's going to be, where it's okay. We have adventure, the page, it is traveling, maybe go somewhere, do something. And that's going to be how you end up here. Okay. Because we even have here, are you going to accept this? And the spiritual question of will you accept this is, are you going to be accountable? Or are you going to take your final shot? Okay. Some of you, it may even be a person you know on some way. It's going to be very intense. Yeah, they want to let you know it's not all spiritual woo-woo, right? You will be very sexually compatible with this person. It may be some type of reconciliation, whether we're just talking about reconciliation in this life, where we talk about coming down from spirit or past lives, things like that. Very, very intense connection, which is why the shadow is so karmic, because it's very, very intense. All that's on this table. Okay. So I hope that is clear for you, because I'm out of decks. So if it's not, there are other piles on the channel, and this exact drink is one of them for this series. I think I did it last year. Okay, so let me get your advice and close you out. Cut ties. Ooh, you better watch it on the karmic side though. I genuinely am concerned about the shadow, because shadow is like cut ties. You leave. I mean, the thing about a karmic contract, the karmic lesson, is it's usually unavoidable, because it's literally necessary to get you to where you're supposed to go, and 9 times out of 10 what you're desiring in this life, right? So, but there's a cut ties with something, someone. Okay? And what's here? Okay. Ooh, you watch it, because I'm going to not take it in reverse, but I'm going to leave it here for the sake of the shadow real quick. Cut ties, that's not your union. When we talk about that heavy, heavy karmic energy, okay? So I'm gonna tell you this. Okay, they want me to clarify. This shadow, where it is karmic. There is, when we talk about accountability, when we talk about awareness, you're gonna know, because you connect with this person and it's like bad luck. Everything just goes downhill from there. Everything goes wrong. Okay? Like, this person steps in and it's almost like they are the catalyst for all of the bad things. I'm not talking about the removal of things. I'm not talking about the revelation of things that you may have been avoiding, lacking accountability for. But it's almost like just being with this person. And this person, they're just bringing you down. Okay? Now, the lighter side of this pile is, even if you have like some catalyst things happening, it's not necessarily associated with that person. You see what I'm saying? I feel like here, this person's the catalyst in the worst way on the karmic side. Okay? And you can actually like pinpoint exact situations, circumstances, where even if this person didn't directly do something, but it led to it. I hope that makes sense. Okay, because it says cut ties, that's not the union on that karmic side, because it's so bad. Let me get more advice for the lighter side real quick. Okay. Wisdom. Oh, well, shout out to the lighter side. Take the wisdom, use the wisdom, gain the wisdom, seek the wisdom, and that will lead to your blessed day. Literally, okay? So I'm going to close you out and move along to pile number 3. All right, pile 3, my chocolate pumpkin spice Dalgona latte. I want to talk to you about this stuff before we get into your reading, because I love how your resets happen, and I love that this feels like some of you are going to get a second chance at love, whether with a specific person or just a specific, like, maybe you just didn't think you would find love. I don't know, but it feels like you're going to be able to just get that second chance. So look, at the bottom of your reset, we got luck is on your side here. So this is going to be your overview deck, so we'll take it. And at the bottom of your advice is the ladybug of good luck. Now, we're looking to see who's coming towards you in love, how you'll recognize your next partner. I ended up kind of reshooting part of the intro just now for a variety of reasons. And I'm telling you, you're going to be able to get a redo of some form in love. So if this is aligning with you already, sit tight so I can see what that's all about. But I don't know. We're going to see what this chocolate pumpkin spice Dalgona latte has going on. So your hard work is paying off. Expect powerful change. So you're working on this. Some of you are like, this is intentional. Like, this might be my one pile where you have someone specific on your mind, or you at a minimum have a specific situation that when you look back, you're like, I wish I would have did things differently in this relationship, in this connection. This could have, like, this would be my group where you don't have someone specific you're seeking. You may have regrets regarding someone that got away, right? Like, if I had done right, if I had been ready, this would have worked out for me. So, okay. Your hard work is paying off. You can expect powerful change. There are several new moon eclipses over the next several years. There's actually one at the end of this month. So, look at the bigger picture is here with full moon in Sagittarius. Okay. So who's coming towards you? You're going to be surprised. It's going to feel incredibly lucky. Okay. You're going to feel like you've been rewarded for any hardship, any trauma, any difficulties you've had in love and in life, right? So let's pull this tarot deck. Yeah, because we got the burden here. If you find that you're just very unlucky in love in general, expect powerful change, okay? And when this person steps in, something about the connection is going to broaden your perspective on your past situations and circumstances. Because look at the bigger picture is here. I feel like it's when we talk about the scope being too narrow, it may be a person that you kind of have to broaden your perspective for, or maybe you just overlooked this person initially, or just something. It feels like it could have been a misalignment or a mistiming. Okay, in some instances. Yeah, rebirth is here. 10 of Swords. We got the Empress of Creativity. Tell me more. Who's coming towards? Okay, the Empress of Creativity. If this is someone... Okay, when we talk about a second chance, this is a whole new person. Okay? And when I say whole new person, I mean like where we're talking someone specific, this person's different. Okay? They're going to be different. Okay? Nothing alike you thought. Nothing you knew at one point. Just very, very different. We've got the Empress here. We've actually got someone that life has propelled them to be a lot more in touch with their divine feminine side. Like, we could be talking about someone that you would align with divine feminine energy, but regardless, some sort of a rebirth has forced this person, has been a catalyst for this person becoming more of an empress in nature. We got the participation, more engaged with being receptive and things align with the divine feminine energy. And this could be a masculine that realizes receptivity is important, is critical in life. Okay, so participation is the Four of Wands in this deck. So this could be someone that moves, that relocates, right? You may move, you may relocate, okay? And I got my divine union pile because Empress meet Emperor, quite literally, on my table. We got an Empress, we got an Emperor, we got the card of marriage because that's a couple moving into a new home in traditional tarot, okay? And 10 of Swords, ironically enough, I've never read this before, feels like the only option. Like, here is the only option. This Emperor with this Empress. The end. Okay? No other options. Any other attempted options, dead in the water. Right? No coming back. No recovery. This is a group where if you try to go, like if you ended up doing something else, another romantic situation, or they did, crash and burn. Right? 10 of Swords, rock bottom, because this Empress, this Emperor. Participation is required. I don't know why it's like that, but that's this group, okay? So, very specific person, okay? So, tell me how you'll recognize this person. What other details regarding the situation? Just naturally go, it peanut butter and jelly. It's like everything that goes together. Somebody likes peanut butter and jelly apparently, but like just two people that just go together. Okay, got the sun here, and we've got the harmony. Okay, it says angelic support, harmony, and perfect flow, but it makes sense because we've got the divine union, the divine counterparts there. So everything just flows, everything is easy. Okay, I'm not saying life and circumstances are easy. I'm saying connecting with this person, being compatible with this person is easy, right? Neptune, dream and transcend like a dream. Just work really well together, like trying to connect. External factors aside, doesn't feel like a lot of work. Like you're compatible mentally, you're in tune emotionally, aligned spiritually, right? Attracted to each other physically. That's this group. Okay, you'll know because your pile is like, of course they'll know it's common sense. It's common sense. I do have the powerful man at the bottom of your reset for this group, and I did see the revenge glow up. So we could have a powerful masculine, right? The one more aligned with that emperor energy may have a revenge glow up, but it could be either side. But I just saw that come through. Okay, so tell me more with this chocolate pumpkin spice Dalgona latte. Who's coming towards you in love, and how will you recognize it? You may meet this person participating in something, okay? It's a while, huh? We're waiting, just climbing mountains. Could be mountains, right? But we got elevation, peak, and climbing. Oshun is back. If you pick the other pile where she came through, these piles may be connected where you were called to both, because I got the Empress and the Emperor, the powerful man, and Oshun. There's something different about the more feminine party on the table here, because I got the Empress and the Emperor, but instead of getting the powerful man with the powerful woman in that pile, and then here at the bottom of these resets, yeah, I'm on to something. I got Oshun in the more divine feminine expression. So it says a lot about the power and the energy of the divine feminine stepping into the table. So it would make sense, especially if the masculine had to be more in tune with the feminine side and the receptive side. It would make sense, because to align with a feminine that would align with that energy that's more Oshun than even powerful woman says a lot. We got honey here as well. Okay, so you may be being redirected to honey piles and the honey energy. Okay, one night stand. The funny, okay, so before I'm gonna get a good healthy shuffle, and then I'll pull like what, 2-3 more. This was gonna catch you off guard regarding this. I'll call it a connection. Whether you're asking about someone specific, whether you're gonna get a second chance with someone similar to someone that you feel like got away at some point. Things may have been dragging for you romantically, whether this connection or just in life in general, right? Your hard work is paying off. It's gonna go from feeling like climbing a mountain to boom, quick connection. Like this connection is gonna literally happen overnight. Like it's gonna go from slow, struggling at love, not dating much, or dating the wrong people, or meeting this person, delays with getting together, to boom, y'all basically married overnight, right? And I did get to the confirmation, because it's like it went from drag, boom. That's the energy, that's the cadence, that's the pace. Okay, so I'm gonna get a good healthy shuffle, and then I'll pull a couple more from here. And I got one more deck before your advice. So tell me more about who's coming towards my pile 3 in love. My chocolate pumpkin spice latte. Give me a couple of more key themes here regarding who this is and how they'll recognize this person. All right, so I got manipulation, control, influence, devious, trick, exploitative, fool. M could be a thing. Someone may try to manipulate you or this person. Okay, we got manifesting in your dreams. We got gifts. Okay. So gifts, hermit here. Well, one, this person's going to be single. The end. Like, this is someone, when you meet them, as you meet them, as you're getting to know them, as you're engaging them, they are to themselves, they are single. And it's not even that, it's not even just that they're single. They're more focused on the self when you meet them. Like, they're genuinely focused on themselves. Okay? Now, material, spiritual gifts, magic, presence, love. There's an energy here where, like, I don't want to mention third parties because it's not loud enough that I need to mention it like that. But there is some sort of influence on the table, right? And I'm very intrigued to see, to the point where I actually have to pull more. We got social media here. Tell me more. What is this manipulation and the gifts? We've got would you accept? We've got social media back. I've got an alien, something very different, very unique, and a wild card, very unexpected. Okay. Third eye. So there's a, okay, all right. Yeah, that makes sense to put there. So you may meet this person on social media before you meet them in real life. You may meet this person in real life, follow up on social media. You see what I'm saying? I'm getting those instances. Something about the way this person is when you meet them versus what you see either on social media or like another time you see them is going to be a little bit different. In a good way, though. Like, it's an interesting type of different. Some of you, very specifically because the gifts, which is spiritual gifts and third eye, you or this person, psychic. Okay? I don't know why it's relevant. Maybe that's, I don't know why it's relevant, but it is relevant here. Okay? Maybe it's you and it catches this person off guard. Maybe it's this person and it catches you off guard, right? When we talk about someone that has the sight or some type of practitioner where they're able to manipulate energy. Because manipulation with gifts feels like someone that can manipulate energy. Okay? Where we get really specific for some of you. Okay? Some of you, this is someone where there was some type of confusion, some misread signals, or some miscommunication. Right? So I would say in person, but it's not, because the social media card here, and I don't have any other physical instances like of outside, with the exception of that incoming energy of the Four of Wands, which is moving in together, getting married possibly. So there's something someone misinterpreted, miscommunicated, misunderstood that maybe will throw off a thing. because this is likely incoming energy, obviously. But I did, you know what, I did at the beginning channel like the second chances thing. So some of you, it might be historical, but where it's not, just be mindful of this. Maybe get ahead of it, because it feels like a confusion, like some confusion of something on social media, possibly, where maybe you thought this person wasn't single or something like that, or you saw something like there's something here that's confusion. And this is my pile of second chances and rebirths. So whatever that is, just keep an eye out for it if it's incoming. But there's definitely a heavy third eye influence. I've got it here, here, and in my telepathy card. Okay. And again, those specific instances will not always apply to all of you, just some of you where it makes some sense, because others of you, I'm like, how will you recognize this person? You're gonna, like, it's gonna feel like telepathy with this person. You may, oh, this is that pile. Yeah, because telepathy is back. I'm supposed to be talking about this. My bad. So if you or this person has social media. Now, if it doesn't, this doesn't apply. But like, tie it in a day-to-day life, right? If you see this person every day, right? It's gonna be like you're reading each other's minds, even if you're not. There's gonna be weird synchronicities, weird alignment, like you're reading each other's mind, right? Like, you'll post something about lattes. Let's use my theme today. You'll post something about lattes, then this person will post something about lattes. And it doesn't feel like, yes, it does. Manipulation is here. Some of you, it's going to be purely coincidental, like you're just aligned that way. Others of you, that's going to be how this person's flirting with you, like with the manipulation. I got it. Okay. If, like, you might see this person post something about lattes, and then you go out, and then the random latte that they posted that nobody else drinks but them, maybe you'll see it on the menu somewhere, right? Like, I don't know, this one, actually this is the random one in the pile. I'm realizing chocolate pumpkin spice Dalgona. That was really specific. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you'll post that, something like that, and then this person goes out and sees it, or vice versa. That's what I was supposed to talk about. So those weird synchronicities are gonna be how you recognize this person, because it's gonna feel real aligned. But I got the unique of social media. I got the unique of really different, unfamiliar wild card energy. All right, good. There's also a theme of family and friends in the most positive way. So telepathy is alignment. So you're going to like this person's friends. You're going to like their family. They're going to like you. They're going to like your friends, your family. Everything is peachy here. So let me get the last few cards here, and I can close you out with your advice for my pile number 3. I love that you came here. Thank you for coming, pile 3, because this was really interesting. Okay, I like it when new stuff comes through like that, because it keeps me on my toes. It makes me a better reader. I forgot to mention this. They're keeping me on my toes, making me a better reader, because I was absolutely supposed to mention dreams. Neptune, the planet of dreams, is here. You may dream of this person. Like, this is someone you'll likely dream of. Okay, and the synchronicities will be so chaotic and similar to how I described them that they will feel like dreams. It's not gonna feel like real life, because the alignment, like, right, like, let's say you see this person, they're wearing something specific. I don't know, they're wearing a shirt referencing a certain place or whatever. Now it's like you're seeing this place everywhere, or somebody called you and asked you if you want to go to this place, like things like that. It's real woo. But again, you got the spiritual gifts, you got the third eye, and you got where is it, whatever, we had it, telepathy. So let me get more. Okay, what final messages do we have for who's coming towards my pile 3 in love? Boom. I'm not worried about it anymore. I'm just gonna leave it alone, get your advice, and close you out. You got communication coming in from somebody. It's gonna be great. If you're dreaming of a reconciliation, that's like a foreshadowing, especially those of you that are very intuitive. Because I'm getting you're intuitive enough to where your signs will be esoteric in nature, and you got a reconciliation coming in, whether it's a coming down to 3D from spirit, whether it's a past life connection, whether it's genuinely someone you're going to get a second chance with that you need that with, or I mentioned the 2 previous instances where you have a soulmate that gives you a second chance that maybe you just would have gotten with someone else, right? All right, so let me get your advice and close you out. What is that? Why did they splash out like that? We got mindfulness. So we're just gonna take it. We got be mindful. But navigation is a thing. Like, follow the signs, follow the dreams, follow the synchronicities. Now I'm being all ominous and esoteric. You navigate, follow the signs, okay? Okay, navigate towards your destiny. You got rebirth 2 times. Okay? Rebirth is definitely required here. Some sort of a rebirth. Reconciliation is actually a rebirth. Quite literally. So navigate to your destiny, to the rebirth, and follow your passion. All right, well, we're going to close it out and move along to pile number 4. All right, pile number 4, my iced pumpkin spice latte. We're going to see who's coming towards you in love and how you'll recognize your next romantic partner. Now, you just be mindful, because I got an energy came through, and maybe this is what's next for you. If you, well, to be fair, even if you're not open to this energy, I did leave the question open without really realizing that it could be interpreted this way. Because, I mean, our first question is who's coming towards you in love. And then we follow up with how you'll recognize your next partner. Now, those could be 2 separate, distinct questions that are unrelated, right? Like, just because this person's coming towards you in love doesn't mean you have to want them, right? And then recognizing your next partner could be separate from that. So like, some of you think like that, and as many versions of this reading I've done, it's never like, I've never read it like that. Like, it never clicked for me that it could happen like that. So what you want and what's good for you is going to be someone that thinks differently in a way that opens your perspective, teaches you something. I like that for you. But before we get into that, I just want to make you aware, there is a person on the table already. They're jumping out of the cars, jumping out of the piles, past lives. Yeah. Someone's guilty. Someone's wanting to come back. Okay. Now, I say that because law of attraction. So someone wants to manifest you, right? Yeah, exactly. I clarified when I kept resetting melanin pop, they want a commitment. And they want a commitment now, whether you had one with them historically or if they're just changing their mind, whatever. It feels like someone that went in a different direction romantically, whether they had you in a third party situation, whether they rebounded on you. Like, it's someone trying to come back after realizing they made some sort of a mistake. So I saw, I want you back. I saw rebound, and then I saw what was that card? I saw, what was that other card? Oh no, I'm spacing on the card. Gold digger. Boom, that was it. So basically, and that card does not have to be literal. Those cards don't have to be literal, but it's basically someone that either went in a different direction romantically, left you, cheated on you, were in the most extreme sense because they were interested in someone for the wrong reasons, who possibly was interested in them for the wrong reasons. It just is what it is. And I see some guilt, I see some regrets, and I see somebody trying to come back for commitment. This might be your next partner if you're open and forgiving. I don't judge. But as the reader, I have a little bit of a duty to keep this open and to explore all the options, right? Because some of you are like, nope, that person can want to come back all they want. The answer is absolutely not, which good for you, because I'm even seeing through the cards I just had that some of you, it's a karmic test to see if you've grown, if you've learned boundaries, if you've mastered yourself, if you have discernment. Okay, this person trying to come back, so just watch that. Now that being said, some of you, that's going to be your next connection, right? For better, for worse. If that's what you want and you're not done with that union, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with not being ready for that to be over if it's even intended to end, right? So, let me reset this, and then I'm going to go into what's actually coming for this group, regardless of that just came through. And before I do that, that's what I forgot. Full moon in Pisces just happened. A few days ago my time. By the time you see this, no, look at me. And so I'm not as far out as I was. So you're going to see this in a couple days. If the person I'm talking about has come back, is coming back around this time, or if something chaotic happened around this lunar eclipse that revealed some true motives or something, whether your perception of this person or this person's perception of whoever they're dealing with, like something's being revealed, right? It's a very karmic time, and it's like everybody's having revelations, you, this person, whoever they might have been dealing with, and all of the things. So I just wanted to bring that up. That's probably why I brought it up. But we got a blue moon here of rare opportunities. So let me get you reset. My iced pumpkin spice latte. Who is coming towards my powerful and love? Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. A personal issue reaches resolution. If you pick the other pile where this card came in this exact position, I don't remember what I talked about in it, but you're definitely here. Color blue might be a thing, okay? So we got the full moon in Cancer. We got Gemini, new moon. Okay. This person's going to be a really good communicator. They're going to be a problem solver. I don't know why this pile feels public, but it feels public. I mean, I know why, because we got full moon in Aquarius. Loud energy. Happens during the summer. This person is going to be very clear in their intentions, very openly, very publicly. I don't know why that's a thing. So tell me, let me see, who's coming towards my pile 4 in love? Who is this next romantic partner for my pile 4? How will they recognize this person? Okay. Nothingness. Okay. The Hierophant. No drama. Okay, you're not used to that. Like, I don't know. I know you're not used to that, and I'm not like talking about you, judging you, trying to like say anything negatively towards you as the viewer. But like, I paused, was like, what does that mean? And it took me like a split second to be like, oh, it's quiet. This table is peaceful. This person's like, it's no drama with this person that's coming in. Okay, that's how you recognize this next partner. They are stable. They like grounded. They communicate effectively. Like, they don't let issues become bigger than what they are. They're good at resolving issues. They're good at conflict resolution. Like, you can be yourself with this person. Like, you don't have to like mold shift who you are as a person. Like, you can just be your authentic self. But I mean, nothingness is, it's peaceful. So I'm gonna take this one. Okay, this is someone that's gonna be very receptive and that looks ahead regarding the connection. I'm gonna be nosy and see what this is, but Four of Wands. Okay, so this person's not been married before. Okay. I don't know that this person's ever lived with a partner, spouse before. Okay. They may be receptive to it. They may not be initially into like trying to like be quick to move in together. Like it doesn't feel like someone that's going to be, I'm not saying it won't happen. Like you two won't live together. You won't get married quickly. You won't like move at a pace that's maybe normal for you. But this person's just not really in a rush for that. Like this not somebody that needs somewhere to stay basically. Like this person doesn't need to live with somebody, if that makes sense. Like they're stable. Hierophant is ruled by the sign of Taurus. Like they have a home. They have somewhere to go. They can be stable on their own. Some of you needed that confirmation, that clarification. Tell me about this iced pumpkin spice latte, please. Celebration. Oh, this person's a good time. This person's fun. You're gonna like spending time with this person. This person's gonna fit in with your friends. The things you like to go out and do, this person's gonna like to go out and do. You're gonna be very compatible in that way. This person will compromise well. Like you two will compromise really, really well. And I don't even know that it's gonna feel like you two are compromising very much with one another, because you're very compatible with the twins, the Gemini twins here, and these twins, as well as on the compromise card. Like some of you, this person may actually have a twin. Okay, they may be a twin. And it could just be a note to you two feeling like twins. Okay. Yeah, twins is the thing, because we've got Two of Pentacles as well, moment to moment. This person knows how to kind of go with the flow. Okay, they know how to balance things. Like again, the whole main thing is no drama. It's always celebration, and compromise is cool. Okay, we have C's all over the table, so the letter C could be a thing. Okay, all right, wait, hold on, I almost messed up. Let me grab it right there. Tell me about this iced pumpkin spice latte. Some of you may almost overlook this person just because you're not used to the peace that would come from this person. Okay, so got Aries, independence, bravery, and passion. I mentioned this person's got their own life, their own lifestyle. They're very passionate about it actually, but they don't really need anything, if that makes sense. Like they don't need. So let me see. I got house 3. You or this person may be no, I almost said Pisces rising. That's not true. Aries in the 3rd house would actually be, what sign is that? Aquarius rising. Yes. I've got Mars. So may have Mars in the 3rd, Aries in the 3rd. But Mars and Aries is where we put our energy. It's where we have the most energy. It's where we exert the most energy. And so house 3 being on the table, which also is ruled by the sign of Gemini, so that could be a dominant energy, means that this person really focuses on communication. We've got communication 2 times, right? They spend a lot of time communicating. That may be what they do for work, right? That may be one of their gifts, their skills. But Gemini talk about local travel. It talks about close, within your vicinity spaces, okay? So it's not far and wide. It's actually really familiar energy. Everything about this person's going to be a comfort zone for you, because they feel familiar. They feel comfortable. They may be very familiar to what you're used, like your upbringing. You may share similar upbringings. Okay. So things like that is here. So let me see. Very commitment minded person, very health conscious person. Okay. Tell me about this iced pumpkin spice latte. This pile is quiet because I don't want to say that it's boring, because it's not. We got enjoying drinks. We got celebrating with friends, going out. Like, there's fun. It's just that no drama. Androgyny. I mentioned that fluidity, that flexibility, that this person is just easygoing. So tell me more about my iced pumpkin spice latte. You know, this card tried to come out. They tried to come out. We got You Are My World. So what is that? Clarify that, please. Very action oriented. We got social media. This person may very literally, they may be an influencer. They may have a career where social media is a big deal, right? So like a lot of like this person could be in social media on a team, like a marketing team, or just that type of work, because it also says tech savvy, so anything digital, right? Anything technology based would be a thing. And the blurred lines is some of you may confuse this person for seeking a certain romantic type of partner for the wrong reasons. Because some of you have a history of actively chasing people. Like some of you kind of have a history of lacking discernment. But some of you may see this person as like, whether it's because you're watching their social media or whatever, or see them on social media up front, you're like, nah, I'm not sure if this person's interested in me for the right reasons, because, you know, you're suspicious. Nothing wrong with being suspicious. I don't have anything against you being suspicious or this person being suspicious against you. I feel like discernment is good, and sometimes trust is earned, right? But there is, I don't want to say confusion here. I'm about to pick this up and put it back so that I can get a clearer picture. But someone here is, androgyny is where we can't see things very clearly because it's very ambiguous. It's a lot of room for confusion and error regarding this superficial, materialistic, transactional energy in this card. Especially when we're judging someone based on like pictures and like things we see that are very surface level, one-dimensional. Whether this is this person's first, what am I asking? Whether you realize this is someone that's like that towards you, or you're like that towards this person, wherever this confusion is, someone here has a very successful career, is very career minded. Genuinely. Okay. So I'm gonna put this back because I don't want to go down a rabbit hole of like developing that. But that may be one of the stories that helps you identify this person, right? That may be one of your initial impressions, or their initial impression, that helps you identify who I'm talking about. So tell me more about this iced pumpkin spice latte, please. Who's coming towards them in love? How will they recognize their next partner, please? For my pal 4. Okay. Thief. Still, criminal, cheating, ulterior motive. Yeah, you know what? You might be suspicious of this person at first. That's funny. We got real suspicious energy. I don't have anything against that, because we got a thief, and then we got would you accept. And I'm not saying that this person is actually like someone you should be suspicious of. I don't see that at all. Now, that initial, there is an energy of, if you end up with that person I channeled at the very beginning, yeah, this person has ulterior motives. They're fishing. They're fishing. They're trying to catch a fish, literally. And it is not gender specific, because I think I mentioned how you're going to recognize your next partner where it's healthy. They're not going to need somewhere to stay. They're not going to be looking, you know what I mean? It's not going to be drama filled. Like, read between the lines in this pile, because there's a lot of layers that if I dig deeper, I'm going to be here like a personal reading for a whole hour. I can't do that today. So pay attention to that shadow, okay? But here, you're stepping in on the lighter side. You're stepping into this pile where there is a real shadow because you're suspicious, or they're suspicious, and I don't have anything against that, okay? And questioning whether or not you can trust this person this person's authenticity. Okay, so let me see. We got just friends. You may friend zone this person initially. You might be like, nah, I'm not looking for nothing serious. Like, I don't really want to be tied down with anybody because you don't trust it initially. And I see you kind of being friends. 3 of Cups is friends, right? House 3 is maybe start spending time, very actively spending time with this person casually, and then you realize how compatible you are and how much it makes sense. That's why we had the 4 of Cups. The 4 of Wands came out in reverse. It's like, nah, I'm not rushing to move in. I'm not rushing to be exclusive because you're trying to see. I support that, okay? I'll pull like 2 more from this deck. We got Give Me Space and a Silver Fox here. Oshun is here. Okay. I moved too quickly past that because I'm trying to tighten up and close this out. Give Me Space with the Silver Fox. You're going to put some distance between you and maybe a more mature masculine. Does not have to be romantic. Okay, but it could be. All right. Let me see. Tell me who's coming towards you in love. We got Twin Flame. Okay, put space between you and that shadow side of this pile. Because some of you, it's both. That's why we got twins. You got both of them coming in. You got that one shadow that is like, leave that alone. They're not interested in you for the right reasons. Okay? And you know that. Okay? If you distance yourself from that person, you'll be able to tighten up. That's why Oshun came out. That's why Sweet and Sticky, the honey, came out. Because it's more of an intermediary spirit guide influence, right? I always mention when I see Oshun in this deck, she's the only like higher power entity, whatever, that could come out of that deck. So she always represents the higher guides, okay? But if you put space between you and the shadow side of this pile where there are 2, you're going to have like divine union in the best way. Mirroring, 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 mirroring. And I love it for you. But like, don't fall into a karmic lesson, especially if you pick that other pile where a karmic lesson came through, okay? But how you'll recognize your next healthy relationship is gonna come once you put space between you and a certain person, and even that type, that personality type. Because some of you, that's like your type, and that's why you keep attracting that type of person. And when you stop engaging that type of person, you'll lean into something healthier, okay? And hilariously enough, you'll either be very suspicious of where you actually should end up initially due to your trauma, or because you are used to dealing with certain people, certain types of people, you move in a way that may be a slight red flag to this person as you get to know them, right? Because where you're going to end up romantically is not necessarily that type that you're putting space from. So like, how do I word this? You know how there's people that's like, they are not attracted to you if you're attracted to certain other types of people, because it says a lot about you. They're like, well, you can't be attracted to me and this person because we're nothing alike, and I don't line with any of that energy. That's kind of this person, right? Where this person is suspicious of you. They're like, well, if this is what you used to like, and then, you know, and you're saying that this happened to you historically, and you're saying this is how people like that have treated you, but like, how are you better than the people you were attracted to? You see what I'm saying? Like, this person's suspicious of you, even if you are the traumatized one, because they're like, yeah, you're traumatized, but like, what made you align with people like that in the first place? That's what I'm saying. And it works out for the best because we got honey, sweet, sticky, all of the things. I love it for you. I love it for you. So I'm going to pull from this deck here. And then I'm going to get you some advice and close you out. We got a lot going on. I was so impressed with how different all of the piles were today, because I don't know that I've gotten any of this energy before. And if I haven't gotten it often enough to where it felt that familiar. Boom. Look at you. Twins all over my table. And divine union. I love it for you. We've been getting this energy a lot, so I love it. This person's gonna match your love language. They will align with your love language. Let's get you one. Okay, love language is a thing. Love language is a thing. You'll recognize this person because it will feel like a divine union. Your love languages will align, and you will be moving from self-love, self-care, self-respect, right? Okay? When it comes to the people you engage. So let me get your advice card and close you out. What advice do we have for pile 4? My iced pumpkin spice latte. Growth of energy was already at the bottom. Yeah, grow, elevate, expand, and heal from whatever experiences you had so that you can be brave enough to try love again. Okay? If all of this trauma is a thing on the table. Where trauma is not a thing, grow your energy, okay? Hold on, because this don't make sense. I'm okay. Fine and love. Thank you. Thank you. They threw me a little bit of a bone. All right. I was like, this don't make sense. On the lighter side, we're talking about being courageous enough to find love in the first place, right? Self-love leading to actual love because you're brave enough to pursue it. Okay? Because like some of you, it's 2 people on a table. One you should be leaving alone and one you should be leaning into. All right. So thank you so much for supporting the channel. I'm going to close out the reading now.